Hey, you got your soup in hand? Come on, time to begin your journey. Come on, let's go. Hi, my name is Daryl Phillips, and this is a bipolar perspective presented to you by Noir Apologia Gaming. We've been discussing the environment that you need to be in. That's what we've been creating. The soup that, as I said last time, you will be eating for the rest of your life. That's the only way that you're going to be able to truly make sure you not just change, but keep on that path. Now, something I was thinking about actually this morning, actually, because I knew I was going to probably do this video today. Um, I was thinking about something I might have been a little bit remiss on not discussing while we were talking about the advice part. So I want to add something. Every one of these has a warning sign to it, and what I mean is, you finding the trust to talk to somebody. Oh my God, it's really hard. And then on top of it, to take their advice, and maybe you don't want to hear that, okay, that you talk too much, you don't listen. Maybe you think you do, and so that person's telling you, no, actually, you don't. And so you are having a problem taking that advice. That's why I always say multiple eyeballs in this way, that you're going to get advice from everybody, from people at your work, if you go to church, if you go to school, that kind of thing. But there should be one or two people that you really, really know have your best interests at heart, that are willing to listen to your point of view, even if they don't necessarily agree. You follow? Not for me. It took a while. Um, Again, it took basically me almost dying in 2013 for me really just to start just, okay, I'm listening. I understand. Because it's you're putting your life basically in someone else's hands to change and mold you into something that you've never been, right? Especially if you have a low self-esteem like I did. I and the worst part is I've always known that, like, I have certain traits, like I'm pretty dang smart. And so if I had the thought, how dare you tell me? I mean, really think on that one. I'm homeless and I couldn't take advice. That doesn't work too well, does it? Well, so finding that person, or maybe a group of people, and if, sorry if I'm offensive to atheists or agnostics, but if you're not, if you're a Christian, you should know that you're never alone. And the advice that you should be taking, there's a book for that, and that's not J.R.R. Tolkien, although he's a great, great advisor. Lord of the Rings books are just awesome. But anyway, uh, the point is, you know, this also applies to people that are not Christians. But I'm just saying that as a Christian, we know what we believe. Atheists, however, for you, this is just very simple. You just have multiple eyeballs in your life. It's analytics. Think about what they tell you in business. You got to have multiple advisors to, because you may not see things right sometimes, right? That's the point of the change thing, because you're not seeing things right, or you wouldn't need the change. Now, for normal people, I would say this: you, a lot of people don't pay attention. And what I mean is, um, there is, okay. I'll just give you just a simple, really dumb example. Every night, I don't go to sleep like normal people, and I usually work and stuff to compensate that. So I may not go to bed till 2 o'clock in the morning, or maybe I'll get up at 3 in the morning. I'm just up, and every morning, every really late or early morning, there is this possum that climbs the tree. We have an armadillo too that just comes out and does its thing. I wonder how many people actually know that that happens. None, probably. My significant other told me a funny story just to show you what I'm talking about. One of her co-workers got all excited because they saw a lizard. Well, I didn't know there were that many lizards in Texas. There is everywhere. I have so many great pictures of snakes and lizards and so forth and so on. But people just don't stop to stop to think, and that's why one of my mantras is stop, take an analysis of the situation. Okay, every day, really, it should be. You should stop and savor the moment and figure out. Okay, and again, I don't mean to be offensive to atheists, but in the Bible, there's a phrase for that: "Take heed where you stand, lest ye fall." In other words, take accountability for where you're at, so that you don't fall. That's kind of the point here. Okay, all right. So you need advisors for that, and the trust issue. That's just it's hard. And it may take you years just to trust somebody enough to take their advice. That's okay. Let it take years. Are you dead? Okay, well, there you go. Eventually, either you'll stop listening and you will stop wanting to change, and it'll get so annoying, or it'll get so annoying to you, you'll try it and it'll work, and you'll be like, oh, wow. And then that person can be someone you talk to. Now, why is this all important? Because the first step in this whole process is cleaning your house. And I use the house example because I think it's apropos. And by the way, I don't know anybody who loves to clean their house. I might know one person. Never mind. But the point is, nobody loves to clean their house. Nobody loves to get dirty and grimy and clean the kitchen and clean the bathrooms and do all this stuff. And I'm not going to get into detail real deep right now because this is the point. The next videos are going to be going in detail on every one of these steps. Now, this is the actual steps, starting with this one, okay? The cleaning your house. You need to first of all, you have to take an inventory of what you have and what you think you need. Not want, need. This isn't a want thing. No, nobody wants to clean their house. They have to clean the house because and by the way, if anybody's ever had a home or apartment or even kids, you watch your mom clean. You see what I'm saying? Or your dad clean. Or your dad comes home and my dad, he came home bone dead tired and still had to chop wood when we lived in Wisconsin. And so sometimes it's not about what you want. I'm sure my dad didn't want to just come home and do that, but he did. He had to. And so, excuse me. And so that's the deal on that. The first thing is cleaning your house, but you have to have an inventory first. What are you cleaning? How do you know how to book? This takes time. That's the big thing with everything here. It's time. It's not a fast process. And it's the rest of your life process too, by the way. I can attest to this, and when I actually do the video for this one, which will be the next one, I'm gonna get into detail about some things, some very painful things that I had to clean up. And it's embarrassing, some of it, and it's very painful for me to talk about. But I want you to understand why it had to happen that way. And maybe it has to happen for you that way. So that's the first step. And then the second step is once you're done cleaning, now you got an empty apartment. What do you think the next step? You fill it up. Good stuff, positive stuff, stuff that you know for a fact that that's going to help you with your forward progress. Okay, all right? That one's a little more simple because the cleaning your house takes a lot longer than you think. You're not just going to go from cleaning your house and fill it up. Especially if you're a person who has problems like I do sometimes still, but especially in my past, that process is a long time. You'll be cleaning your house every single day for the rest of your life, and you should be doing that anyway, because you should always want to take inventory. I don't ever want to be stale. These videos, like, this is all good and all that stuff, but I want 2 years from now for me to look at these videos and go, oh, Daryl, that was just bad. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't ever want to be stale, not even in doing this. So that's that, and then you replace it with something good, like what I'm doing here. And I'll get into detail on that on the next video. See how that's going to work. And I don't know how many videos it's going to take to do some of these steps. Maybe the first step is going to be 3 or 4 videos, because cleaning your house is it's hard. But then filling it up, filling up with things that are good. And then the next step is take that advice that you're being given and do something that you know how to do first. Get good at it. Let's say you love music. Well, get better at what you love. Okay? That's the first thing. Just get better at what you are good at, or what you think you're good at. And then the next step is go outside of your box. In other words, do something you've never done before. And the reason why that's the next step is because once you've done everything you've done inside your box, it's time to expand. It's time to go out. Like this thing that I'm doing, this project, this wonderful thing that I'm working on right now. There's so much stuff that I've never done before. I absolutely love it. And the last step is very interesting, let's just say. Apply it. It sounds so simple, right? Now Daryl's got it all figured out. No, I don't have anything figured out. I won't have anything figured out till I'm God. Does it look like I'm God? I don't have a Greek body, and no, I'm not God. Okay, well, guess what? Check this out. You have to take all the things you've done so far. You're still drinking your soup, or eating your soup, or driving your car, whatever you built. And you're taking that, and now you're going to a different city if you're in a car. Or now, instead of eating, you're taking your soup and you're putting it along with a piece of this or that. Do you see what I'm saying? You have to apply it. Apply it every single day. It's hot in this room right now, for example. And I wasn't sure if I was going to be doing this right now, because honestly, it's kind of past the time. I probably should have been doing it, because it gets really hot in here. But I just felt like I needed to say this now, and I needed to do this now. So I'm going to do it now. That's where my mind frame is now. That is not my mind frame in the past. Ask anybody who knows me. Oh, I procrastinated, baby. Oh my God, I invented. You did not invent procrastination. I did. Don't take claim for it. Anyway, I'm playing, but seriously, because I didn't believe in myself again. So I told you this was part 2 of these 2 intermediate videos or whatever. And now we're going to get details on everything I just talked about, on the steps. These are in order, by the way. All right? So those of you think you can skip a step, we'll discuss that too. All right? I hope that you guys have a great day, have a great night. I hope that your life is filled with knowledge and hope now. And may the Lord of light bless you in all things. Good night. I had bipolar disorder and PTSD, and I was in that position. I was a broken man 15 years ago, and I fixed my life. And everybody talks about changing this world, and so forth and so on, and everybody talks and talks and talks, and they never do anything about it. Well, here I am. I'm going to do something about it. I'm tired of the misconceptions about mental disorder. I'm tired of the directions that some people try to give to people with real problems in life. Really examine your life. Want to without knowledge is ignorance. If you don't know what it's going to take, if you don't know why you're doing things, why you want to change your life, there is no there's no point to it. I want to create desire in you to change your life, especially if you have been abused, if you have been told all your life you're a loser. You should examine why that is. I was a loser. You understand? Like 15 years ago, I really was. You do need advice. You can't have just one set of eyes on your life. You have to have perspective, and you might not want to hear it. Do you think I wanted to hear that I was a loser? I didn't even want to hear it. I didn't want to hear it. That's why I drank so much. Good Lord, I was an alcoholic because of it. I didn't want to deal with life. So check this out. Like, I didn't believe in myself. I hid myself for so long. I don't want other people feeling like that. I know what it feels like to be you. I really do. But you don't have to be.